Hello friends, today we are going to learn the most important part of LWC, which is most demanded nowadays. We will learn today promises. Here I took one simple example to explain the promises. So I have created one lightning component and I rendered that component in my community page. Instead of viewing live on community page, I am using Lightning Builder and Preview because I have used LWR as I told you in my previous videos. So I have created one input box for taking the number count, how many accounts I want to create, and one input box for contacts, how many contacts I want to create under that account. And on click of this button, I have created one JavaScript array statically. I will show you in code. Let's move on to the coding part, then I will explain you by running this code. My lightning component, I have added one input for account count and one input for contact count and one button. On click of that button, I am using handle submit, and on change of account and on change of contact number, I have created one method handle count change, and for both the input I am using single method. Let's move on to the JS part. On change of that input box event, I have used target name. If the target name is account, then I am assigning that count to this variable, and if target name is contact, then I am assigning the number of count to the contact count. The name we can declare as a name property of a lightning input. So on change of account, it will automatically get assigned here by using the event.detail.value. Now on click of button create account contacts, I have declared handle submit. So in my handle submit method, I am creating a array of account and contact. So I have used for method based on account count. In that my account count, I'm looping through the contacts. Let's say I want to create 2 account, and under that account I want to create a 3 contact. Then this for loop will execute 3 times and it will create a 3 contact object, and I am pushing that object into the list of object here. And under this account count, I'm creating the account object, and I'm assigning that number of contacts here as a property, and I'm pushing it in account list of accounts. I will explain you this why I have created and why I have used in my another videos, but for this time I am focusing on the promises. If no one knows about the wrapper class and what, then I will create another videos for that. So I followed this to pass this data to the wrapper class. Here my wrapper class is account, and I have property name, and in account I want to create a list of contacts. In my Apex class, I have declared this class as a wrapper class. We can also declare this class as a subclass, but I used to do by creating the separate, because sometimes in package when we create a packages, this wrapper class is not work inside the Apex class. So let's move on to the JS again. So here, if you can see that I am creating that account, I am trying to create that account wrapper class in this way. I have property name and I have property contacts, and I am assigning the list of contacts here, and I am just creating the dynamically the Salesforce account 1, 2, 3 number of count. It will loop through it here, and I have a number of accounts. On each account I am doing the forEach loop, and I am calling this method of Apex create account contact. So if I have a create of account context in my Apex class and I have imported it here and I am calling it from here, and in my Apex class I have this method declared as aura enabled, and I am using input as account wrapper. Please notice it, account wrapper. So I'm not passing each variable separately. I'm sending as an object from the JavaScript to the Apex. So I'm creating one account here because I'm sending each account, single account on each count. On each account, I'm sending each account and number of contacts. If you can see here, I am creating account, single account here, and I'm pushing it to this, and on each it will pass to the Apex. I will show you in developer console. It will be easy for you to understand. So let's move on to the Apex class again. Here I have created one new account and I have assigned the account name from my this account wrapper input, and I am inserting that account. Once I have account is inserted, I am going to create a contact, but my contact is a list of contacts I have. So I am going to create here, it's my mistake here, it should be the accounts.contacts. Once I have two accounts, then it will execute two times. If I will have three accounts, then it will execute three times. So what I am doing, I am just updating the property of this account .id. I mean, when we create a contact, we need the account ID. So we are sending an email and last name, which is last name is required for contact. I am sending that last name. It's from here, from JS. But account is dynamically, once that account is get created, then I will have that account ID. So after changing this, let me deploy it first. So once my account is inserted, I have account ID. I am updating that account ID with my number of list of accounts, and then I am inserting that accounts here. So you know the Apex should be bulkified. So I am not inserting from here. I am just inserting from here. We can create a new contact here and we can add it to the list and all these things. But we have already this property is a list of contacts, and I am passing this from the Apex. And I have a property as a list of contacts itself here. So I'm just updating the account ID of that contacts from here, and I can insert it. Okay, now let's move on to the community page and let's see how it will execute. Now I will enter here. Let's say I am creating the 3 account, and for each account I am creating 2 contacts under each account. So if you can see here on change of my inputs, I am just console.log. So you can see the number of account contact and account count and contact count. Let's click on it and let's see what is the output of that for each. So here I have 3 accounts and I look for each account. Forgot about this. This is the whole list of I have console.log. So here this is inside the for each loop of my account list. So I have three accounts, and inside that 3 accounts I have 2 contacts. So this is the one account, and in that I have account, and in that account is I have array of two contacts. If you can say the array it started by square bracket, and here it is completed, and this is the first main array is completed of account. It's object, sorry, not array. So inside my contact array I have two contact list, last name and email. Here second last name and email. Similarly, I have 3, and this is the like I have added for each looping it's working or not. So if you can see, account contact record created successfully is printed 3 times. So it should be print after each one console.log. Is that correct? But it is printing altogether. Why? Because in for loop executes directly. It will not wait to come the response from the apex. It will not wait to come the response from the apex. My for loop will execute first. It will send the apex call, and then on response of that apex call, I am getting this result. So if we want to do some operation after completing the all 3 apex calls, then we will have to use promises. To explain it better, the output, let me show you in code. So here in my account.forEach, this we can comment it out, so it will be easy for understanding. So inside the for loop, I have this console.log and I have 1. So it is executed first. But once I got the response from the apex, I am getting this result altogether, not after each loop. So we can say the for loop will not wait to come the response from the apex. And let's say, for example, if I want to do some operation after this, all this account and contact gets created, then and then I can create an opportunity. If a single account creation fails, then I should not create the opportunity. Let's say this is the case. This case is not the real-time example, but to explain the promises, I have used this case. So if I want to create an opportunity after this, then it will not work. If single account fails and opportunity should not create, then it will not work. For that reason, we will have to use the promises. So shall we start how we can create a promises? So to convert this code in a promises, let's start some exercise. Let's start changing the code. I'm just going to put it in comment for now. So first of all, we will have to convert this forEach and this call in a, we will have to push this apex call in a array, list of array. So I'm just going to create one array, create account contacts. I'm adding just SEL, and each account accounts dot forEach. I'm just adding a sync keyword here for each element. And instead of, let's keep this inside our forEach as well to notice the result of output. I'm just pushing this call in my array. I'm not going to do any operation inside this thing. Currently I do not have any operation, but suppose let's say we want to do some operation, then we will do in promise result. So I will push this my apex call inside the list of synchronous call. Now let's promise we will add all these apex call in a promise. So, and we will have to wait to complete all the promises, and then we want to do the some further operation. So I am going to use await, and for using await we have added the async. So let's use the promise dot, sorry, we will have to use function bracket here, promise dot all, this all promises I am going to edit in here, and we will do then operation. Then I have a result of data, and then I'm just going to console.log here for data, and let's add one more line of console.log. To verify we are on this line when we check the debug. On catch, we will add here same, we do the dot, then we do the error, and then actual error, and we will complete our promise array here. Sorry, it's in, it will not come here, the semicolon will not come here because we are adding in this function. Okay, let's deploy it and let's see the result. We have some error somewhere, yeah, okay. Here we have to use P capital. It is deployed. Let's see the result on page. Let's check the result. I'm going to create a 2 account and 2 contact. Some error is there. Let's check the code. What mistake we have did here? Account contact. Okay, yeah. Here we should have a list of apex calls. I'm just like adding in bracket, but it should be in a, it should be push here. This is the mistake. Let's check. Deploy the code. Let's refresh it. Let's add 2 account and 2 contact. See, here we have error because let's see what is the error. But we are on a right page because we have added, in case we have added this error, and let's see the error. Error is like insert failed, first exception of on a row, duplicate detected. So I think I have my duplicate rules may be active. Duplicate detected for accounts or contact, this is not given here. Okay, we can identify by doing the more exercise here, but we will check on later videos where it is the exact error. But let's clear my old records first. What I'm going to do, I have a list of accounts and contacts created by today, and I'm just going to delete it. Okay, So let's create it again. So we have a output data and the result of two apex call methods in an array. Account created successfully. So you notice that we have this inside my forEach loop. After completing this forEach loop and all the apex methods are get executed in my promise, then I get the result altogether here. So why we use the promises? If we want to do something after executing some first call of apex, then we should use the promise. So we we have this result. It's from promise. Let's run again. We will have error because we have data already there with the duplicate detected. Let's clear the data again and let's run it again. See, it takes time by executing the apex method and it gives the result. Is this simple to apply the promises? Yes.